All right, shalom, shalom. Just checking the audio real quick. Takes a second. All right, beautiful. All right, call halal, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, baha, rawchaa, qadash. I would like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of great millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3, pushing this 100% truth, or costing 4 winds so we can seal the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, I just want to do a very quick lesson. Shouldn't be too long, but as you see the title, his blessing is up for question. Okay, and through the spirit, I just like to use wisdom when it comes to titling lessons and even thumbnails. Okay, because the time we are in, they're becoming very strict, I'll say, with the information we bring out. So this is pertaining to Esau, Edom, all right, and what we know in the Bible as his blessings, or what you call today your guns. Okay, so I'm going to read this title right here, and I have a few precepts I'm going to get, and Lord's will, this will be edifying. And before I read the article, let's start off with this, because this is yet but another fanner, all right, fanning the flames of the destruction that is prophesied against the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, and right up here at the top, it says, Babylon judged for sins against Israel. So let's go right to 2. Jeremiah 51:2, and I will send unto Babylon, right here in the good U.S. of A., and I will send unto Babylon that shall fan her and empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Right, so the Lord is sending fanners, okay? Fanners are being sent to keep what? The fire of prophecy continuing to be engulfed. And this is yet another fan to keep the flame of prophecy, okay? It says, Biden's administration argues for warrantless home entry. All right, this is a major thing here in Babylon, okay? Because in Babylon, through their unrighteous decrees, they have been giving themselves rights, all right, or what you know as amendments, okay, as people. And this is a major, major big deal when it comes to Esau, Edom. And this is what I'm going to focus on, okay, is Esau, how this is going to affect Esau and what will lead to even greater prophecies, okay, because you have certain rights that allow you to have, he has amendments that allow him to have his blessing. Okay, and we're gonna get the biblical aspect of the blessing that pertains to what's going on today. Okay, this is why this shows you yet again how beautiful and true the scriptures are, because things that are happening today in current events are found in the Bible that was written before these things are happening. Okay, so it says Biden's administration argues for warrantless home entry and gun seizures before the Supreme Court a year after Breonna Taylor's death, blah, blah, blah. This is nothing more right here than words smoother than butter. Okay, they do not care about Jake and killing Jake. All right, what does the scripture say? Jeremiah 15:5. Let's get that. Who will bemoan thee? Remember, Esau Edom was more subtle than any beast of the field, so he will put you down, then use your death that he did to come and do something else. You see, Jeremiah. It wasn't the blessing per se. It was the one who was given the blessing that did it. All right, because you can have Esau's blessing sitting on a shelf, but if he ain't holding it, it ain't doing nothing. You see? But he's using these small examples to get you, man. Okay? Because this is nothing more to usher in Jacob's trouble. All right? But Esau, Edom, is using his own blessing to usher it in. And who you think's going to rise up? Esau, which is going to fulfill another prophecy, which we will get. But let's get this first. Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Now remember, Ezekiel 5:5, wherever Israel is, that's Jerusalem. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? So here it is. You've murdered raped, robbed, killed, slaughtered, beat, slayed, destroyed, stripped heritages and cultures. But now we need to take the no, we know exactly what this is stemming from. But you know what it's gonna do? That smooth butter talk is gonna get a lot of jakes on the side of this. But you know who ain't gonna be with this? The one who was given this blessing. And I'm talking about your average everyday Edomite. You see, because you have to remember, let's get Revelation 6. See, there's levels to this, okay? There's levels to the how can I put it? There's levels to the nation of Edom, all right? You just like how you have upper, lower, middle class, and you got upper elite Edomites that don't give a shit about your average bottom feeding average Joe Edomite, okay? So let's go to Revelation 6, and we're going to go to verse 4. And there went out another horse. Now remember, horse represents power, hence horsepower. And there went out another horse that was red. And remember Genesis 25, which let's hold that too, because that's got some good information in there. Remember in Genesis 25, who came out red? Okay, now we should be familiar with this, but if we're not, we're going to go into it. Okay, so let's go actually down and let's prove our point. Precept upon precept, line upon line. I'm just building a foundation before I dive further into this. This is Genesis 25 and 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like, okay, like, not as a hairy garment, but like a hairy garment, referring to the skin that was dyed red for our tabernacles, okay? So Esau, Edom, came out red because his blood showeth forth through his skin because he lacks pigment, all right, or what they call melanin, or however you pronounce it. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And Esau is the progenitor of the Edomites, okay? I believe it's Genesis 38. Esau is Edom, okay? So when you go into the red horse, this horse is Esau, Edom, the nation, okay? You have to understand that because there's a great point that's going to be made. And it said, and power was given to him, Job 9 and 24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. And with the earth being given to the hand of the wicked, all right, what they're doing is they're coming down on not only their own people, but us as well, because they have an enterprise that the elite Edomites are constructing right before our faces, and they're using the death of Jake to usher this in, but it's going to affect who the most? Esau, Edom. Why? Because his blessing is the sword, you see? So it's all going hand in hand. And it says, and power was given him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, or harmony from the earth, and that they should kill one another, which should come to mind is Daniel 7, okay, the establishment of what you know as America, those three wars, the Spanish, French, and the Spanish, the French, and the British, okay? That's why you have something called your Declaration of Independence, what led to what? Amendments, and one of those amendments is the right to bear arms. See how it all ties in? But Esau, Edom was set up to fight one against another, and we're getting ready to see that again, okay? Just like how you had your American Revolution, you're about to see that 2.0, because now the new British is who? Your average government. And now your average American Edomite is nothing more than a new revamped version of the 13 colonies that had to fight against that power to gain independence. So it's all playing out again, and it's beautiful, but even better, it's prophecy. And we're going to get it, but we're just building up right now. And it says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. And the greatest sword of all that he was given was the technology to create what you know as the atomic bomb, what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and ultimately what's going to play the biggest part in his destruction, which is at the climax of World War III. Okay, and don't forget, you're going to have key players like Russia who are Edomites as well, and they're going to kill one another with the Edomites here. So it's all beautiful, but this is showing you this is just nothing more than prophecy happening to a small scale to lead to a larger scale. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, they should kill one another. All right, and Esau, Edom came out red all over, right? And remember, he gave up, because originally I was going to title this, he gave up his birthright, not his blessing. You can keep reading this, and it goes into how he gave up his birthright. But you know what? I don't believe we need to go into that. That could be for another lesson. So now let's go to Genesis 27, and let's talk about his blessing. Then we'll go back to the article, okay? Because you have Edomites arguing about taking other Edomites' blessing away. How beautiful and how great of a division can that be? All right. So call law Yahawah, more fans to the flame, more prophecies being revealed. Hey, what a beautiful time to be alive, man. Esau's pissed, you know. This is Genesis 27, and let's go right to 38. All right, Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau, now this is fast forwarding. This is after Esau gave his blessing. This is after Jacob portrayed himself as Esau to get the blessing from Isaac. And now this is Esau crying unto Isaac to receive a blessing as well. Okay. Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And that's what Esau always does. He's always crying, pissing, and moaning, and acting as if he's the guy down and out, but he's been given the earth to rule it. So let's keep going. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. All right, that's why he's got all the oil. That's why the fiat currency is respected as a U.S. dollar, but that is dwindling as well. This is showing you that Esau, Edom's blessing, is wearing thin, and his time is running out, and he is on borrowed time. And it says, and of the dew of heaven from above. This is why he claimed the land on the moon. In the year 1969, which was the same year of the Manson massacre murders and a couple other things, but also this was a year that led into the year of Abba Bivens, all right, and going into the truth. So all this ties in. All of this ties in, and it's beautiful, okay? So Esau's demise has been ticking away for quite some time. Genesis 27 and 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, okay? So his blessing is the sword. Now let's go into the blue letter for sword, because ultimately his blessing is what? Destruction. And what is the famous saying? What the hell is that saying? I don't kill people, guns do. Some shit like that. Anyways, when you go into it, it goes into sword. But let's go into the etymology. I believe it goes into destruction. Let's see. Yep. To waste, to make desolate. That's what those nukes do. That's what bombs do. That's what his grenades do. Those what the landmines do. Okay. Destroyer. You see, so ultimately his blessing was to be a destroyer, and he does that through his guns as well. You see, and who are they destroying? Jake. And what are they using to take away his blessing? The killing of Jake. You see, so sword, knife, tools, cutting sword. Or what's a modern day sword? A gun. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, let's finish 40. Okay, let's click this, and let's go back to 40. Genesis 27 and 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So this is his life. Oh, and he also bears not his sword in vain. Okay, he bears not his blessing in vain. So Esau has been living by the gun since the conception. Okay, but this same blessing is now up for question, in so much that the Supreme Court is now debating on whether or not they can seize his own blessing. And who's gonna seize Esau's blessing? Right here in Babylon, other Edomites, okay? Other Edomites, they're in authority over your average citizen Edomites, you see? cops, military, government officials, things of that nature. And who's going to fight back? The lesser Edomites that are just an average citizen practicing their amendment rights, but ultimately embracing their blessing that was given to them by Isaac through the Lord, which was living by the sword. You see, so his blessing was really given a timestamp. Okay, he has bounds he can't pass. Let's go down right here. This is Romans 13:4. For he is a minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. So here it is. They're talking about creating a law to ban, Esau's blessing, but they're going to use Esau's blessing to seize Esau's blessing. How beautiful is that? And such a great hypocrisy and division, but it's going to lead to even greater prophecies. For he beareth not a sword in vain. And what is one thing Esau says? You can take it from my cold, dead hand. You know the shit they say in the movies, but he's in that spirit. He ain't ready to give up his blessing. He's not ready to give up his blessing, man. So this is going to lead to sedition, invading one another. It says, he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is a minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So the Lord is turning Esau upon Esau as he has done before. But Jake, you ain't out of it either. This is also going to lead into what? Jacob's trouble. Okay, so now let's get Isaiah 19. Okay, let's get that prophecy real quick. All right. And then let's also go to 2nd Esdras, which is found in the Apocrypha. Okay, so let's hold this. Let's go over here and let's go to the 1611 version. All right, and then from there, we're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15. All right, bear with me. 2nd Esdras 15, and let's go to the 14 verse, is it? Let's see. Just so I have the, okay, beautiful. So now this is a prophecy. And we're going to click back the article so you can see how this prophecy is going to happen in real time. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Are we not in spiritual Egypt? Are we not in spiritual Egypt? We are in the spiritual Egypt today. Okay, Revelations 11:8. That is the spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay, and I also, I want to do a lesson, and I'm going to title it, Lord's will, comparing that Egypt to this Egypt, because the same hell we are catching in Egypt under those Hamites is the same hell and much more we're catching in this Egypt under the Edomites. Okay, when you read Exodus, the early chapters, you really see in depth the hell we caught there. That's why during the Passover service we eat bitter herb to remember the bitterness that from the captivity, and we're under that same bitter captivity in this Egypt right here. So the modern day Egyptians, what this is speaking about, is the Edomites here in the virgin daughter Babylon, Esau, Edom. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. What's that? Sedition, martial law, invading one another, American Revolution, right here. This is happening all over again, and they're using through the guise of the slaying of Jake to come for Esau's blessing. Okay, this is nothing but smooth words, but war is in his heart. And Esau ain't gonna go down, like a punk, man. They're gonna go down fighting. That's Esau's spirit. He's a hunter. Okay, that's what he's about. He's about that action, man. Okay, yes, you got your your effeminate Edomites, but you also got your gun-toting, gun-hoeing, gun-slinging, Western shooting Edomites, man. So this is gonna lead to even just like what happened at the Capitol. Okay, so things are about to turn up, but that is prophecy. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. You got Texas putting in motion to try to separate from America. You have the NRA that filed bankruptcy and left New York City to go where? To Texas to be their own power, so they don't have to listen to the new administration. So we are seeing great division amongst Esau. All right, and that division is showing you the end of the rulership. Okay, so this is a beautiful prophecy they're witnessing unfold. Now, do we need to go into this? Not really. I mean, we'll read the first paragraph. The article says it all, and the Bible says even much more. It says, in a case argued before the U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday, the Biden administration, along with attorneys generals from 9 states, submitted arguments. What? City against city. You can use the when it says city against city, or what? State against state. You see? Submitted arguments against the justices to uphold warrantless home entry and gun confiscation by police. Okay? So this is beautiful, man. Okay? This is beautiful. You brothers, if you want, you can Google this as well, but we pretty much know what this is aiming to. I'm not going to really go too much into it, but look at the Edomites right here with their blessing, preparing to take away other Edomites and their blessings through the blessing. So this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful, but even much more, this is prophecy. Okay? So it says, they shall fight, and what are they going to be fighting with? Swords in their hands. As a matter of fact, let's hold that prophecy and let's go into a little in-depth picture of that prophecy. 2 Ezra 15:4. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. This should show you how much trouble is coming, that it says woe to the world. Okay, and them that dwell therein. We all dwell in the world. So the trouble that's coming is going to be common to man, but the Lord is going to make a way for us, the hopeful elect, a way to escape it. There's nothing wrong with you praying to Yahawah to protect you from Jacob's trouble, from martial law, from the sedition, from FEMA troops, okay, and the sword. Remember, Esau is the Lord's sword, but he's going to turn the sword on itself. Let's keep going. It says 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. This is a uprising. This is what the Bible is prophesizing. And who is going to be the first major ones with swords in their hands? The same nation of people that was given the blessing of living by the sword. So this is beautiful, man. Okay, and we're witnessing in what they call real time, and this is going in depth to the prophecy of the Egyptian against the Egyptian. So why would they fight against another? Because one Egyptian that is more powerful than the citizens of these Egyptians can make decrees to take away the citizens' rights. So they're going to be like, hey, bump that. You're not taking away mine, but they're just going to be in the spirit of prophecy. This is in their destructive nature. Okay, so they're going to stand up and fight, as they did in January 6th, as they did in storming the castle, as they did in getting their independence from the the British Edomites. Okay, you see, so this is beautiful, and it says, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Real quick, we need to get too bad. This, let me see, web capture. Usually. All right, we'll just copy it. I was hoping that it would give me the option of web search. My cell phone does it, but let's see. Whatever this is. Let's put Google. Something should pop up. Let's just get the definition. There we go. Let's just get the definition of sedition, just to drive this point home that much more. Go click there. And sedition is a serious felony punishable by fines and up to 20 years in prison, and it refers to the act of inciting revolt or violence against a lawful authority with the goal of destroying or overthrowing it. You see, who's the lawful authority? The same ones that are the same ones that are creating laws to take away their rights. So this is sedition, going against what you call the government. This isn't what I'm saying. This is what the Bible's saying, okay? It says, 2nd Ezra 15-16, for there shall be sedition or a revolt, okay, among men. And what men? Your average citizen men and against your average government officials, okay, and invading one another, just like they invaded capitals, just like they're invading other things. And it says, and they shall not regard kings, which is a modern day king, a president, nor princes, what's a modern day prince, a mayor, a governor, a chief of police, okay? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. What does that mean? Lawlessness, martial law, no standing authority, fighting against one another. And what would lead to that? Infringing on their so-called God-given right, because it was through the Most High that gave him this blessing, you see? But now the Lord is using Edomites to take away Edomites' blessings. And the Lord's going to use Esau's blessing ultimately to take his rulership out. So how beautiful it is to see this, how beautiful it is to see the Lord, having his judgment come to light. And matter of fact, let's get one more, because, hey, Jake, you ain't going to be exempt from this either, man. That's why we got to continue to pray to Yahawashi for protection and ultimately deliverance, man. Okay? Because more things are coming, more prophecies, mandatory marking of the beast. All right, a lot of great things are coming, but let's just get this. 2nd Ezra 16-70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities, right, or the next states, a great insurrection. Let's get that word now. What does the word insurrection mean? We found out sedition. Let's find out insurrection. Okay, where's the paste button? Bear with me. Well, let's just put it in, sir. Oops, got the caps. Salakia. All right. I think we click this and we put paste, and there we go. Insurrection, an act of instance or revolting against civil authority or an established government. And is this not the state capital? And did they not storm this? So that was just a precursor to what's to come on a greater level, okay? Because we are not in this prophecy yet, but this prophecy is building up. That's why through the Spirit I started off with the fanners, because this article alone is creating more fan. Hey, when an Edomite read this, he might be reading this while cleaning his blessing, okay? Reloading his blessing, adding more ammunition to his blessing, saying, you're not going to take my blessing. You see? So Esau's blessing is in question, and when they come down for it, best believe there's going to be a great insurrection, man. Okay, because all you need to do is read what the hell is it called? The Declaration of Independence. They literally wrote laws that they could insurrect their acting government. So it's just beautiful to see this play out. Esau Edom he has bounds he can't pass, and the Lord is literally making him fight himself. Like when you see someone, older brother to a younger brother, he keeps telling him, stop hitting yourself, and he's making him hit himself. We're just witnessing the Lord do that on a beautiful scale. So, man, call law Yahweh Shemel Shai. Let's read just a little more. 2nd Ezra 16-70, for there shall be in every place and in the next city or in the next state a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You see, so, one more. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. You see, so these prophecies are going to lead to a greater one, which ultimately will be Jacob's trouble. But not only 2/3 of Jacob will be in trouble, but Esau, Edom will be in trouble as well. And this is just an example to show you. So, amen. Call law Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're just going to see things pick up from here. But also remember, there's many other prophecies that we have to look forward to. Once they're going to fall in line as well as these prophecies. And, I just wanted to touch on it through the Spirit. So Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters, you were edified and moved through the Spirit as I was. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, baha, rawchaa, qadash. All right, double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said,